So it's the first question in HackerRank SQL series, and the question name is revising the select query one. So it's a basic and easy level question. So let's understand the question. So query all the columns for all American cities in the city table with population larger than 1 lakh, and the country code for America is USA. So we have given a city table, and in this city table there is city ID, city name, country code, district, and population. These are the fields or attributes in this particular table, and we need to get all the city information from this table which belongs to America, and the where population is greater than 1 lakh. But if you see this particular table, there is no country name field is available. So instead there is a field that is nothing but a country code is given. The country code for America is USA, and the population is a number field. So the ask here is we need to get all the data from the city table by filtering out the record to the America where population is greater than 1 lakh. So the intent of this SQL question is to test the ability how effectively we can filter the data one by one for a given conditions. So this is the overall question. So let's jump into the SQL now. Okay, so we will write a select statement, and here they are asking to get all the columns, not like individual columns. So we need to get all the columns. To get all the columns, so there are like two ways we can do it. One way is we can write all the column name here one by one, comma separated, and the other way we can simply use a star keyword. So star keyword is nothing but a shortcut to get all the column from a particular table. So now let's write a from clause. So now we need to get a data from city table. So I'm using a from clause here, and the table name is city. So let me write it here, city table. Now if you see, so this is a basic select statement which will get all the data city table. But the requirement is we need to restrict the data for only the countries for USA where the population is greater than 1 lakh. So basically we need to apply a filter here on top of this particular table, where whenever these both condition will satisfy, then only the data should come. So we can use any of the condition, like there is no need to follow the orders. We can use any of the condition, because when both the conditions were true, then only the record will come. So we can write any of the condition. So let me write a where clause. So where clause we use to filter the data from a table. So I will use a country code first. Country code is equal to USA. The value is USA. So if you see, I'm using it in single quote. So all the values which I will apply a filter, I will use in single quote. Single quote is mandatory except for a number or an integer field. So other than number and integer, we need to use a single quote, otherwise we will get error. Now this is our first condition which will filter the data for a country code USA. So we will get all the USA data. Now on top of it, we will apply one more condition, that is population larger than 1 lakh. So we will use the AND keyword, and population. Now if you see, the ask here is, it's not like a greater than or equal to, just larger than 1 lakh record. So let me write a greater than condition here, put 1 lakh. Okay, so this is our complete query, and we will run it and see the output. But before that, if you see this particular query, how I have written, so I am following here naming convention, and I am properly using all the internal keywords I used in uppercase, whereas all the other keywords I am using in lowercase. So it's make a query readable, and I am writing a statement like on each line, so I can easily understand this particular query. So this small thing is very important when you write a query. It will stand you out in an interview from a regular candidate. So it will show that you are an experienced guy. This is also an important thing. And one more question, one more I need to point out. So as we are early in the series, so I am taking the things very slow and explaining each and everything very slowly. If you find that it's very slow, so the recommendation is you can watch it at 1.5 speed. And as and when we go deeper in the video series, so I will speed up the things. So now let's run this particular query and see the output. Okay, so it says sample test passed, and we got the data here. So let's analyze the data now. If you see all the records here, so all the records belong to the country USA, and where the population is greater than 1 lakh. So in the result set, we only got those records where country code is equal to USA, the population is greater than 1 lakh. So we got this output. Okay. So now let's move back to the select query and analyze it line by line. So this is the select query which we have written. So if you see in the select query, so the first thing, so even it looks very simple, but there are 3 to 4 key points here that we need to understand. So let's understand those points. So first point is query all the columns. So how to get all the columns? So we can directly write one by one all the column name. Or simply we can use a star keyword. So that was the first key point here. So we use a star keyword. Then the second ask was we need to get a data which belongs to USA. The population is 1 lakh. So we are using a where condition. So this checks the ability how we can write a where clause effectively. So this is the where clause. So we have used the where clause, and first condition was country code is equal to USA. So it was our first condition. And on top of this, we have applied the second condition, that is nothing but a population is greater than 1 lakh. So what actually we did, so here if you see this particular part, this is nothing but a conditional operators in SQL. So we use, and it is very simple conditional operator we use to compare the data. So what are conditional operators? So let me show you a basic conditional operators. So there are like a few basic conditional operators that we'll be using very frequently throughout the says. So that is nothing but greater than, equal to, greater than, less than. Then we have greater than, equal to. Then we have less than, equal to. And there is a one more important conditional operator, that is nothing but not equal to. So this is not equal to. We can write not equal to in two styles. This is the first style, or we can simply write like this. This is not equal to. So these are the conditional operators. So as the name suggests, we will use whenever we need to compare the data or compare the range. So accordingly we will use it. In our case, we used equal to operator and the greater than operator because the ask was larger than 1 lakh. If the ask was like larger than or equal to, then we should be using this particular operator. So it's a conditional operator. And now there is a one more important operator that we used here. So this and condition. So this and condition. So this and condition is nothing but it's a logical operator, because we need to satisfy both the condition 1 and condition 2. When both the condition is true, then only the record should populate. So there are few conditional operators in SQL. So let me write it down. So and is a very like basic and commonly used operator. Then there is a or operator. Then there is a between operator, and then there is a not operator. There are a few more, but when we go deeper into the video series, we will see those as well. But these are the very like frequently used and the regular conditional operator as well as logical operator. And for the conditional operators, you might be aware of like what is and. So and is like when both the conditions are true, then only it gives the result as a true. Or is like either of the condition. Between like to like validate the ranges. Not is to check the invert data. So in the, even this SQL looks very simple, but here we did multiple things. So we use conditional operator, we use logical operators. We also see how we can write a where clause effectively. And if you see the where clause, so where clause will always come after the from clause. If you see here, so where clause will always come after from clause. So this is the main condition here. So okay, so I hope you understood this particular select query. Now let's assume a real-time scenario. How you will use this particular concept in the real time. So let's say you are working, you are a data analyst working in a finance working in a finance department. Let's assume. Your manager comes and asks you, can you provide me the list of all the customers who stays in New York and they are spending more than $10,000. So they might want to launch a new product and they are targeting the New York based customer who's higher spending at the amount. What you can simply write, select star from customer, where customer location is equal to New York and the spending is equal to 10 greater than 10,000. Simply you can prepare a simple extract all those data who for a customer who stays in New York and they are spending more than 10,000. So this is how you can use this particular concept in real time. So as an entry level, as a first question, this looks very simple, but a very good example and which covers many more things, at least 3 to 4 points we covered here. So I hope you understood this first question in our HackerRank series well. And if you have any queries, any doubts, so please do mention in the comment box. Okay, so thanks for watching the video and we will see you to the next video. Thank you all.